Well, hey there. Today's video is a little bit nerve-wracking for me. I asked you guys on Instagram to submit what you assume to be true about me. And I said to you guys that your answers in this video will be completely anonymous. I do know who sent all of these, by the way. You're not anonymous to me. This is gonna be an interesting video. I'm gonna share with you what a lot of you guys have said you assume about me, and I'm gonna tell you whether or not those assumptions are true or false, at least in my opinion. Like, it's all subjective, right? So let's start at the top. I have had so many. Oh god, not all of these are very nice either. So let's get into the nitty gritty and start from the bottom. Oh my god, it just keeps going. Why are there thousands of these? Oh god. Okay. You'll be releasing Cute Without You this year. Yes, I will. I am releasing music this year. There's not gonna be an album and there's not gonna be an EP. There's gonna be a few songs throughout the year. It's not that I'm taking a step back, it's that I wanna keep the momentum going with my music, but obviously last year was just really intense in terms of making a release, and I wanna just give myself a little bit of time where I can still be creative, still make music, and not worry about having this big thing to release. But yeah, Cute Without You is coming. Sorry, it's been almost a year since I wrote the demo, but work is being done on it. Work has resumed, so correct assumption. I think you're really loud IRL. That is a false assumption. I don't like talking to a lot of people. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I'm so introverted, because I don't have a problem being at like events or parties or anything, but I don't speak up as much as people probably think I do. The thing is, to you guys, I'm on camera, and all the time that I'm on camera, I'm talking. So it probably looks like I talk all the time, but the most talking I do in real life is just to a camera, genuinely, and most of the other time, I don't know, like, I do sort of just sink into the background a lot, which a lot of people, as you have done, don't assume. So wrong assumption. That you're easily swayed by social pressures and that you're rarely true to yourself. I've definitely struggled with being true to myself. It's taken a really long time to like find who I am as a person in terms of like my core values and what I really love. I'm still not completely there. I'm not going to sit here and say, this is me now, I found myself, because who knows, right? I've never found it easy to find an identity or accept that me not having a strong identity is my identity, but it's all a journey, right? I do think I am more true to myself than I have been in the past. I do think I'm less disingenuous, but I can't say for sure that like I have completely finished finding who I am. I don't think any of us do. You're considering other career options than a YouTuber. You're struggling with this job. I am actually working on a project that has nothing to do with YouTube at the minute. It's still in its early development stages, but yeah, it doesn't focus around me as a person, but whether or not that works out, who knows. But I don't have any plans to like jump ship from YouTube. I'm still doing well on this platform. There was a time last year where when I was spending lots of money on my album that things were getting very stressful, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm financially stable again, which is lovely, and I'm finally, like I said, I'm making stuff that I like, so that is a wrong assumption. You're really short, like 4'11" short. No, I promise you, I have been telling the truth. I am 5'2", 157 centimeters. I'm very diddy. That your personality can change based on who you hang around with. Yeah, I'd say that's the correct assumption. I've always kind of struggled with being true to who I am, as I said before, and I do find that I am really heavily socially influenced. So if I'm hanging out with people who, you know, have like a real love for like makeup and clothes, like maybe I'll take more of an interest in that. Or if I'm hanging out with people who like a certain type of music, I will tend to listen to that type of music more. I am someone who is very socially influenced, so yeah, that is a correct assumption. But ultimately, if there is something that I really don't like, I cannot make myself like it or pretend to like it. If there's something that, you know, I'm genuinely not behind, I won't change myself to that extreme. Like, I do have that much of like an identity in my head, at least. You're loving this no different channels thing. That is a correct assumption. Only using this channel for everything is a decision that I wish I'd made a really long time ago. I wish I hadn't kept creating channels like, you know, oh, this is this now and this is that now, because it just divided audiences. I wish that I had only ever had this channel. It's not to say I regret having the other channels. I don't regret them for a second. I don't regret any of them, the gaming one, the beauty one, any of them, but I wish I had focused everything solely on here so that people could just naturally see what I wanted to do over the years in one place, you know, which people can now do. You've never smoked. No, that's not true. I dabbled in smoking when I was like 15, 16, and for a little tiny bit when I was a waitress, but it never stuck. I've never had an addictive personality, and I was able to just go, nah, this ain't for me, like both times, or whatever. I've been very fortunate with that, and I have no intention of smoking ever again. I haven't for like, oh god, since I was like 20, 21 when I was a waitress. So yeah, like 19, 20. So I just not interested in it at all. You still love Villains as much as you did when it was released. I absolutely do. I'm still so proud of my album. There have been a few people saying, oh, you probably don't like the sound of your album, you're probably going to do something new. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm trying to like switch genres to the extreme that I have done in the past. I do feel like with Villains I found a sound that I'm really happy with making, and I do really want to stick to the more like light-hearted modern pop sound in the future, so look out for more stuff coming soon. That you prefer non-fiction over fiction books. That's completely correct. I find it much easier to digest things that I know are fact, and I get more joy out of reading something if I feel like I am gaining knowledge, as opposed to taking myself into a world that doesn't exist, that requires my own imagination to conjure up what the author is writing. I prefer to read things like self-help books, North Korea books, and audiobooks, like just about improving your life and stuff like that. So absolutely correct assumption. You're desperately trying to rebrand yourself because you're ashamed of who you used to be. I would personally say that's a wrong assumption, but I guess that is open to interpretation. I don't believe that I'm ashamed of who I used to be at all, because I know it's really cliche to say it, like I wouldn't be who I am without who I was. Even when I was really outspoken and had like bright red hair, or doing like, you know, the rad phase or the sucks to be used, whatever, like, you know, there is no point saying, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. Even the freaking like yellow hair, like, you know, I wanted to do it at the time, so therefore, you know, I don't want to say that I regret it. I wouldn't say that I have desperately tried to rebrand. I know that, you know, the change in look and the more laid-back video style might have seemed like really abrupt, but it had been something that I've been working towards in my mind for a while before I did it. But I can totally see why you would assume that I am now trying to, you know, shake who I was and all that stuff. But I would personally say that's not true. You're happy to be making content you enjoy, but worry less people like it because it's not comedy skits. No, that's not true. I know people don't like it as much because it's not comedy skits. I mean, I built an audience by making comedy videos. Like, I know that people are going to be disappointed, you know, if they came here for comedy and that's all that they wanted, and I'm sorry if you are someone that feels that way, but no, I'm not worried at all. I am genuinely just making what I want to make, otherwise there's no point in making it. I could go back to comedy tomorrow. I wouldn't enjoy it, but you know, I could do it and I'd get more views and more money and all that stuff, but I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in the viral fame game like I used to be. My happiness doesn't come from overnight numbers like it used to. My joy now comes from creating something, editing it and going, I'm so proud of that video. And also happiness outside of YouTube as well. You gave up talking about chronic fatigue syndrome because of hate. That's maybe correct, I guess. I do still have fatigue issues. They're nowhere near as bad as they used to be. I did improve my diet. I mean, some people have found that dietary changes haven't helped them at all. I know for a fact that like exercise didn't help me and changing sleeping patterns didn't help me, but I have found over the last like couple of years that I am less fatigued than I was. But I do still have terrible days where I have complete brain fog. I can't get anything done. I have to cancel meetings, and it can still be rough, but you are correct. Whenever I talk about it, there is always a critique of, oh, she never really had it, and oh, well, you know, if it was solved by dietary changes, then you never really had it. It can just be frustrating for me to read those things knowing that, you know, I have sat here and I have, you know, gone through, I have suffered with it. I did get diagnosed with it, and, you know, it's just rough to read it when people make these assumptions of, oh, you never really had it. Ooh, good one. That you're self-centered probably because of the fact that you are your own brand. This is something that I have genuinely admitted to friends and to family and stuff, that for 7 years now, almost 7 years, my entire income, my lifestyle, my level of success is all it's all related back to people being engaged in just me as a person, not like a good that I have to offer. You know, it's not like a product that I'm delivering and my, you know, my face isn't seen. You just see the product. No, you see me. I am the product. So when everything in your life relates to just being you, I have absolutely been caught in the trap of like this overinflated like sense of like self-importance, and it has, like, you know, it's cost me dearly in the past. It's lost me friends and it's given me a bad reputation and stuff, but I do genuinely think I am a lot more grounded these days. I do feel like I have been humbled over the years, but that again I guess is down to interpretation. Maybe you completely disagree. I assume that you've owned at least one Avril Lavigne poster in your life. That is an absolutely correct assumption. When I was a kid, I had a massive poster that you got from HMV of Avril Lavigne's Let Go album. Of course I did. I assume you have more tattoos than you let on. Well, interestingly, you guys haven't seen my arm recently. I got loads more done. I will make a video on my tattoos when I get a few more. When I finish off this whole arm with like all the filler parts, then I will make a video talking about my tattoos, that, you know, an up-to-date tattoo video. But yeah, I got some new ones. So technically you are completely correct. By the way, this is the most painful thing I have ever done, and I wouldn't recommend it to anybody ever. You get really competitive in Mario Kart. Absolutely. I'm very, 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 very good at Mario Kart. I have yet to find anyone in real life who can beat me at it. So I do get really competitive when someone does overtake me in a race. I get very angry about it because I'm the best. So that's absolutely true. Anyway, this SD card's about to run out. I think that's good timing. This video went on for a bit. Thank you so much for watching. Let's do this again in the future. Let's do another assumptions part 2. So follow my Instagram to find out when we're gonna be doing another one. Until next time, guys, thank you so much. And as always, I shall catch you later.